All right. Welcome in, everybody. Super excited that you're here. We have a big sale going on at theyogimat.com, and I want to give you a little insight as to how you could use the immersions to benefit you and your practice. We'll go over some of the available immersions to you as well as some of the online packages, and I'll walk you through a little bit of the website so you understand what and how to access your immersions. So first, along the side here, you can see that I've got these rolling, yes, there, rolling immersions as some of the titles go, like the arm balance immersion, which is going to be 12 classes that is going to help you develop your understanding of your body when on your hands. So we develop strength of the wrist joints, strength of the core, strength of the various aspects of the hips. So for example, some arm balances require strength of the inner thighs, while others require strength of the buttocks or outer hips. And so the arm balance immersion is going to give you a full spectrum experience between 12, actually there's I think about 14 arm balances that you will learn within that 12 class immersion. All immersions that include 12 classes are available for life. That means you get to watch them anytime, practice at any time, and repractice as many times as you would like. We also have hips, heart, and handstand up on the board here right now. That's going to be hip opening, handstand practice, and heart opening all in one immersion. So there's 12 classes within that immersion, and it'll cycle through. I think in that one, what's kind of cool is that each immersion or each class, we do a little bit of handstand, even though sometimes the class will be focused more on a heart opener or more on hip opening. Every class in that immersion is going to give you some aspect of handstand. Then there's like the balance immersion. Balance is on hands and feet. So you learn how to do single leg balances and transitions between single leg postures, but also you learn to balance on your hands as well. So the balance is a nice compromise for those of you that don't just want all handstands or all inversions all the time, but also want to learn how to balance on your feet as well. So that's a good immersion. Move, breathe, release is one of my favorites. Move, breathe, release is a yoga pranayama, which is breath work and meditation immersion. And that immersion is really solid for anybody who's looking to take or go into the depths of the yoga practice beyond just the physical, but also find out what are the benefits that the yoga practice has to offer you beyond just muscle strength and health of the body, but also mental clarity, focus and attention, and as well as emotional clarity. And the ability to even communicate better is born out of the immersion, because as you get clearer with your thoughts and your emotions, you can also share your thoughts and emotions more clearly with partners, friends, and colleagues as well. So that's a really good one. It also includes philosophy and thematic through lines. So there's a message woven through the classes to inspire you to live yoga off the mat as well. In addition to those, we've got, let's see what comes up next. So we've got the arm balances staying for a while. There we go. Heart openers immersion is a really good one for anybody that is looking to strengthen their back muscles and increase the depth and range of motion of spinal extension. Spinal extension is back bending, and back bending tends to be practices that are hard for a lot of people. They'll find a lot of pain in back bends, and I've developed a technique that really takes you out of the pain of a back bend. In other words, out of compressing the spine and into a greater sense of opening, which is going to give you the maximum mobility of each one of your vertebrae, each one of the bones of your back, so that you can gain the most range of motion for you in your body, not comparing yourself to other people, but ultimately advancing upon your skill set. It's going to lengthen the muscles that are necessary, strengthen the muscles that are necessary for back bending. So the strength immersion, as we're talking about strength, is a really good one for anybody that's looking for a full body experience, especially if you're newer to the yoga practice. The strength immersion is great because I go step by step through the body, and I tap on all the major muscle groups within that strength immersion, starting from the deep core and then working our way through the periphery. So we start in the core center, working with transversus abdominis, then we move to like psoas and abdominal work, and then we move outward to the shoulders and the hips, and then outward to the wrist and the ankle joints. So it's going to improve all aspects of your yoga practice. Strength immersion is a really good one for anybody who wants to strengthen, but also for those of you that are on the more newer side to the yoga practice. All right, so those are some insights to some of the immersions. There's like a hips and hamstrings immersion that's gonna help you with hip opening, hamstring mobility. There are immersions for everybody. Some people have asked me for more thematically themed immersions. All of the immersions in the beginning of 2020 are going to have a strong thematic through line. Thematic through line is a message that is woven through based on the Yoga Sutras or based on some tantric yoga philosophy. So any kind of yoga philosophical teachings that help us to live life more freely and also help us to focus our attention and our mind. Those are going to be the first from March 2020 through August 2020 are going to be strongly themed. In addition to that, in the 2021 region, you can get Move, Breathe, Release, and Vitality. Those are also really strongly themed, and there's a message woven through. If you want to go deep into your yoga practice and transform your body, your mind, and really educate yourself, not only on one area of the body, but the full spectrum, you have two options. The 2020 Immersion Bundle, which is going to give you a discounted rate because you're going to get all 2020 immersions, which are 10 immersions, or the 2021 Immersion Bundle, which is going to give you 12 immersions. Okay, so each immersion consisting of 12 classes. Some also have bonus classes, like 4 meditations included in them. There's only one immersion that doesn't have 12 classes, and that's the very first immersion from March 2020 that has 6 classes and 2 meditations in that one. Okay, so that's a little bit of a shorter immersion. Aside from that, all other immersions have 12 classes, and some of them have an additional bonus meditations. Those are the ones I mentioned in the early 2020. So the 2020 Immersion Bundle plus and the 2021 Immersion Bundle will give you the all of the immersions from each of those years. So you might want to look through and see if that's maybe the best route for you. So you're not, buying all these individual immersions. You can get them all together, and then you'll have a lot of inspiration for your yoga practice, especially those of you that are teachers and you want to really pull from classes so that you can get sequence ideas, ways of kind of building your classes around peak postures and whatnot. This is a great way to do that, because now you have all these resources on all these class ideas. And then also, if you're just looking to really develop your physical practice and get stronger and get the full spectrum, those are some really great options for you. Now, if you don't want to go all out into the 2020 and 2021 immersion, but you want to go something with a package, I put together 3 different packages. The first one's called the Best Sellers, which is going to include the heart opening immersion, the arm balance immersion, and the hips and hamstring immersion. Those are very popular immersions. The only one that's not included in there that is amongst the heavy hitters is Shoulder Revelation. Shoulder Revelation is the shoulder biomechanics and mobility. That's a big popular immersion. It's not included in there, so if you want that, just make sure you get that as well, in addition to the Best Sellers immersion package. There's the handstand package, which is going to include handstand training part 1 and handstand training part 2. Part 1 is called strength and part 2 is called balance. Those are not actual immersions. Those are more like online courses, shorter video content, a lot of videos to help educate you on how to do handstand, both drills and also how to balance a handstand. Okay, then there's, within that package, I included 2 additional immersions. One's called hips, heart, and handstand, and the other one is called balance. Is the other immersion. So it's 4 programs, I guess you can call them, or 2 immersions plus 2 courses in that handstand package. Great for anybody that's looking to learn handstands. Also, what's not included in that is the inversion immersion. So those of you that are kind of handstand inversion junkies, then you want to get the inversion immersion as well, which is in 2021, the last immersion that took place. Then the yoga meditation bundle, I included 3 immersions in that. One's called Vitality, one's called Move, Breathe, Release, which we talked about earlier, and then Journey to Bliss, which is from August. Those are meditation heavy. They all include asana as well, and a nice focus on really getting connected to greater focus of the mind, attention. What's the best way of saying this? It will help you to clear away the cobwebs of the mind that distract us from being present. Okay, so meditation, I give specific skill sets to help guide you into being able to witness your thoughts, recognize that the thoughts are always going to be there. You're not your thoughts, but also that you have this deeper capacity within you to observe, to be present, to be fully awake. And from that emerges, with a capital A, awareness, where you can actually witness yourself in conversation. Like you can like I'm witnessing myself right now. There's the part of me that's having a conversation, and there's a part of me that's witnessing that conversation. And the witness is developed and born out of these attention practices where you learn how to focus the mind. Focusing the mind is not something that everyone is able to do. Almost everybody has an attention span of maybe 2 to 3 seconds. This is like the average. And you're considered a master meditator if you can hold your attention for 7 seconds straight without drifting. And what meditation teaches us is to hold our attention for longer periods of time, and even better, to catch ourselves faster when we have lost our focus, so that we're not drifting off in space for 10 minutes before we realize, oh, I'm lost. There's a lot more to it than that. I'm not going to get into it here, but those of you that are really into the mind aspects of yoga, then I would say the yoga and meditation bundle is a great idea. Okay, so I just want to take you inside a little bit. This is kind of, let me see if I can, dodge the window here. I tried to make it a little bit smaller so you can see it and me. But as we go through, this is the sales page here, the holiday sale. You're going to see, you can click the button there that says click to apply coupon code. Once you have applied coupon code, after you've clicked that button, you can see the video here, which you're probably watching right now. And then below here, you're going to see all the options for immersions. There's a lot more than what we've discussed today, starting with the most recent immersions. And then after you see the new arrivals there, you can scroll down. You're going to see the packages, including the 2021 and 2020 Immersion Bundles. The best sellers package is featured there. Okay, you get an additional 30% off of all of these, by the way. So what you see listed on the website is the sale price, but not the sale price plus the 30% off. So like for example, when we scroll down and we look at these, you're going to see the immersion bundles, or each individual, like for 128 here, that's the sale price, but you get a 30% off of that. So it's going to be more in the 98-ish region. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to get out my calculator here. We can add one to cart in a moment and I'll show you, but here we go. Hips and hamstrings. So if you want to focus on hamstring flexibility, you're going to see a bunch of them here. Not only the hips and hamstrings immersion, but you got the dance, which is more of a transitional kind of movement-based immersion, 12 classes focused on different movements. And then there's another one in here I wanted to mention. Is it listed here? So it's not listed in this specific spot, I don't think. So what you would have to do, if you want to see that, there's one called Hanumanasana in King Pigeon. So there's a button here. I'm not going to press it because I'll reload the page. But when you click here, you can sort by price, by low to high, by average rating and popularity and things like that. And you could also click this page number 2 here. And when you click on page number 2, it's going to give you a whole bunch more options for you. One of them in there, when you click on page number 2, is going to be the immersion that is on, or it might be displaying for you already, but the immersion that is on Hanumanasana. Many people really like that one, so figured I'd include, just mention that there. But let me just check real quick. There's the breakthrough in there. The pulse, which is strength and flexibility. Journey to bliss, as I mentioned earlier. Chakras and the elements, which is let's get back there. One of my favorite immersions, the chakras and the elements. All right, then we have the handstand bundle. And now we go down and we got the shoulders and back and core, which is going to include all different options here, like heart openers, strength, spinal awakening, shoulder revelation, hips, heart, handstand, the pulse, journey to bliss. And then if you click the number 2, you'll get some more out of that as well. If you want to focus on arm balance and handstands, I give you a whole bunch underneath that category, okay, including the inversion immersion. And then, basically the way this works is you can see the chakras and the elements is underneath this arm balance and handstands because it includes that. Even though chakras and the elements is more of a thematic based workshop that or immersion that includes a lot of discussion about the chakras, it's still going through the body in a very physical way. So you're gonna, that's why it's underneath the hips and hamstrings. Sorry, arm balances and handstands. Give you some reviews from people. Also, if you click on any of these products, you'll see the reviews from, you know, anything with a star rating here. If you click on them, it'll take you to the info page that'll tell you about that particular immersion. Okay, so you know, at the bottom here, you've got yoga, meditation, breath work, and then you've got 5 options here that include those type of practices. I will say here's the 2020 and 2020 immersions for those of you that really want to go all out and get your the depths of your practice in. And you can shop chronologically this way. Here's King Pigeon and Splits if you want. That's a faster way to get to it. Birds of Paradise is a really good one. That's going to really help you with not only Birds of Paradise, but another posture called Vishvamitrasana, a great one. The Breakthrough is a good immersion as well. Boundless Freedom. We've got, you know, pretty much if you go through these, you'll be able to decipher which ones are most appropriate for you based on what your needs or wants are. Okay, there's a Shoulder Revelation one down here, shop chronologically by 2021 immersions here. Okay, and you can, that's the best way to see all of them is just shop chronologically at the bottom there. Okay. And then I just wanted to mention that there are gift certificates available. So if you have a friend that you want to share the practice with and get them a gift certificate, that's the best way. They can choose what immersion is best for them. You can, of course, make suggestions if you like. All right, so that is, we wanted to just share, let's do this. My computer's gonna be a little bit slow, but I'm gonna add this one to the cart. This one you see is 148 for hips and hamstrings. You're gonna see that when I apply the code, I didn't actually click the coupon code, silly me. So let's delete these. I'm gonna empty my cart and I'm gonna show you if I apply that coupon code that it'll show up over here where the discount is, okay? So, I did apply the coupon code. So let's do this again. I still have way too many things in the cart from previous entries, so I'm gonna just delete the 2020 Yoga Immersion Bundle. And now we've got the inversion immersion and hips and hamstrings here. And you're gonna see that the coupon code is now saving you $82.80 if you bought those two, okay? So here you'll still see the same prices, okay? And that's one thing that people get a little confused about. So I just wanna let you know the price is gonna stay the same here until you see after the coupon code at the bottom here is going to say Happy Holidays, and you've saved an extra $82. So additional, instead of $276, it's now going to be $205. I have to pay tax because I'm living in Connecticut. Those of you that aren't living in Connecticut won't see that tax price there. All right, so hopefully that helps you out. Let me bounce out of here real quick, and we'll come back to the original. And that's all I wanted to share with you. And if you have further questions down below that page, you can send me a message. Happy to answer. Also, there's the Facebook messages. You can also, the Facebook thing at the bottom right there, you can use that. I'm a little quicker via email. So if you want to scroll to the bottom and if you need a quicker reply, you have email, Facebook, Instagram. Contact me in any way that you'd like, and I'm happy to get back to you and help you decide which one is the best one for you. So happy shopping, everybody. Thank you for stopping by and enjoy yourself. And I look forward to sharing these immersions with you. One last thing I will say before we part ways is the Vinyasa immersion is fully discounted already because it is on pre-sale. It has not started yet. Vinyasa immersion takes place in January 2022. And it's fully discounted. Get it before it begins and you will get that full discount. If you're getting it after it begins, then you can apply the 30% discount code if this sale is still going in this video.